I'm the director for the Sacramento WITI chapter. Women in IT is an organization that helps women who are in the technology world network with each other and help each other to grow in our careers. There are chapters all around the world, and the Sacramento chapter's been around for probably 7 or 8 years now, and I've been chair the last several years. And so we're very pleased to have you all here this evening. This is our 5th annual career event, so number 5. We do this every year. We view these events as a way for women and our men friends in the audience the men who are brave enough to join us, to grow in their careers. So while we have recruiting tables here tonight to help you all with your resumes, if you brought your resumes tonight, this event is also about how do I maybe ask for a raise or get a promotion. So it's not necessarily about changing the job that you're in, but leveraging your network to grow in your own career, however that may look. So thank you for joining us this evening. Before we get started, I want to thank my board. Can my board maybe stand up or wave? These ladies and this gentleman worked really hard to pull this event together. This is our big annual event, as I mentioned, so thank you guys very much. You guys worked really hard to help pull this together and drive attendance and all that sort of stuff. So why don't we get started? So tonight's event is all about, where will you be in 2023? And the reason we thought about that is that we're seeing so many changes in the technology industry that we all have to acknowledge that means that it changes our career too, whether we want it to or not. If we stay the same and we stubbornly say we're going to keep doing the same things over and over, we're going to pretty much become dinosaurs, within just a few years, right, with how fast technology is changing and moving. So we asked our esteemed panel this evening to help us talk through, what we think a career in technology will look like several years from now because of how fast it's moving. So that's the subject tonight, and I want to thank our panel for joining us. So my friend Chris Cruz is over here on the end. He is the Deputy Director for the State Technology Office and the Deputy CIO of the State of California. The State of California's been great at supporting us at these events, so Chris, thank you for agreeing to do this year. And then we have Jennifer Summercamp, who is the Senior Director for IT at Blue Shield, and she also is very active in some women's organizations inside of Blue Shield, and it'll be interesting for us to hear from her this evening what she's seeing in her role at Blue Shield. So thank you, Jennifer, for coming and joining us. And then our old friend Roy Matthew, who, well, he's not old, he is one of our original sponsors for this event, and he's done it several years now for us, and we really, really appreciate it. And some of our favorite and best remembered advice has been from Roy about how women are not doing sometimes what men are doing out there in the work world, and it's costing us ladies. So listen to Roy, he's very wise. He's going to give us some more good advice this evening. So with that, what I want to do is really hand the mic over to you all, and maybe each of you take a few minutes and talk about who you are and your careers so the audience can get to know you, because we're going to have a few questions for them, but then we want you all to engage, right, and ask questions. So go ahead, Chris, you start.
Well, good evening, everybody. I feel like I've been on panels all day. Actually, working with Ann is a great opportunity, and I thought you did an excellent job today at the Media and Technology event at the Templar. Great questions, and they weren't softball questions either. They were very difficult, and my director and I think ran through those really well. But we were well prepared. Great questions. So thanks to Templar. Anyway, hello everybody. I'm Chris Cruz. I am the Chief Deputy Director and Deputy State Chief Information Officer for the Department of Technology. I'm a governor's office appointee, so I was appointed by the governor on May 25th of 2015. So I'm into this job for, close to 2.5 years now. Feels like 5 or 6 because we've been doing a lot of organizational and transformational change at the Department of Technology. So obviously I'm going to talk to you about those experiences today. Prior to that, I was the Chief Information Officer at Department of Healthcare Services for 5 years and Deputy Director. and I served in that capacity role. And here's my good friend Josh Nisbet, who's over here. Just trying to help.
We're just gonna check.
You gotta eat the mic, brother.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, see, I like the lapels. I don't have the deep Josh voice. Anyway, is that better? Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of these mics. But anyway, prior to that, I was the CIO at Department of Healthcare Services for 5.5 years. I helped implement the Cover California system, CalHERS. Anybody know about the CalHERS system for Cover California? So actually, a little story about that. I was instrumental in getting Peter Lee here, who's the executive director of Cover California today, and hiring a lot of those folks. So I have a lot of gratitude within that program and the public good that it's doing. Also ran the state's Medi-Cal program as well. We ran the Medi-Cal eligibility system and worked with our statewide automated welfare eligibility workers and constituents throughout California. So a lot of public good within Department of Healthcare Services. Prior to that, I was the Agency Chief Information Officer at California Department of Food and Agriculture. An AIO runs an agency level department in state government, and you usually have CIOs that report to you in terms of providing policy and procedure. And then actually I cut my teeth as a project manager at Department of Health. So 20 to 26 years I've been in government. I've been in the healthcare domain. So lots of public interest there.
Is that a fire drill?
Is that the cue to pass it on?
Drink some more wine and we'll let you know if it's real.
Oh, yeah.
Please disregard all alarms.
Sounds like Josh knows about it.
Please pardon me. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
That's okay, thanks.
So anyway, lots of experience in the public health field. I graduated from California State University, Sacramento, so I'm born and raised, lived my whole life in Sacramento. I had a short consulting gig from 2000 to 2004. I think that really helped me provide value as I came back to be a civil servant. I think that served me well in dealing and rationalizing with people. And actually, a little thing about me is I grew up on the business side of the shop. I'm not a true technologist. And I think I understood business issues and challenges and opportunities very early in my career. I worked with a lot of doctors who I think helped molded me and shaped me well and mentored me to be in the position I am today. And I was very fortunate growing up on the business side because I understood how to align IT with the needs of a business. And we'll talk more about that today, but that's an intrinsic value that I think people need to have in leadership positions today, and it's very vital. So all in all, I really enjoy my position as a passionate public servant. I get to work with Amy Tong, who's a great leader, and she and I formed a directorate at Department of Technology. We have statutory responsibility for the state's technology portfolio, which is in the billions of dollars, and we run an organization of about 400 million for our statewide data center. So lots of responsibility, but lots of public trust too. We're passionate civil servants. We think fiscal responsibility is really important, and we take that appointment with heart. And we'll talk more about that today. And I want to also thank Department of Technology for coming into the house today. We're doing a lot of recruitment. If you want a great organization that has cultural diversity to it, fill out your application. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Summercamp. I'm the Senior Director of IT at Blue Shield of California, and I also lead their employee resource group called Women Lead to Excellence, WL2X. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a little bit. I would say that I've been in technology my entire career. I started out in technology as one of the only women who were at my university running around fixing computers. That was my first job. Punching down cable, installing software. Everything you had to do is you had to go to the PCs, to the computers, and do that. Today everything's virtual. We don't have those jobs any longer. But it was a really good opportunity for me to learn IT and technology at the time from the ground up. So I started doing direct technology support, which was fantastic, which led me to have some opportunities in the consulting area, implementing SAP worldwide, which gave me a really good understanding of not only technology, but also of people. And that's one of the things I think we're going to share a little bit more about today is even though our world of technology is changing and everything is very virtual and everything is real time, there's still people behind all of that. And so we have to still figure out how do we stay connected to people and how do we help the next generation be connected to people in the way that's meaningful and not just what's on your phone and what you see right in front of you. So that some of my experience has really led me to that. I've also worked run a development team at Apple Computer for 5 years before moving to Blue Shield, and I'm currently Blue Shield, leading multiple teams, straddling business and technology, which I think is very critical when you're in a technology role, is not to just understand the technology, but understand why you're doing it. In healthcare, there's so much changing, so much happening, particularly the last 5 years, and in the environment today, with healthcare itself, politically, technology-wise. And one of the things that I've enjoyed in my career is because technology changes so rapidly, you're always able to learn, and you don't just stay stagnant. And I know that's going to be even more important as we move and go forward with technology.
All right. Thanks for having me back again. Glad to hear you're not bored with some of my stories. So by way of introduction, my name is Roy Matthew. I'm a partner in Deloitte's public sector practice, and I've been with Deloitte for over 18 years. I'm based out of the Bay Area, although I spent quite a bit of time here in Sacramento and Southern California as well. In my current role, I'm responsible for a consulting practice with government here, so state government, local government, higher education, and nonprofit. The reason I say current role is because over 18 years at Deloitte, I don't think there has been more than 2 or 3 years where I've held the same role or done the same thing. And it has constantly changed. So when I started off 18 years ago, I didn't even know what consulting was. I liked the Deloitte brand, I liked the culture of the people, and that's what attracted me here. I didn't even know what, they said, you're gonna be in the SAP practice. I was like, what is SAP? But for me, it was just that environment of learning and the people I'd be hanging out with, which was really attractive. And so I've ended up over the last 18 years worked in financial services, healthcare, consumer products, oil and gas, automotive, federal, ended up doing projects in London, Germany, Italy, Korea, Japan, like all these places, and which was a really good experience. Now that has obviously changed because you've got a family, you've got 2 kids, and so for all the right reasons, staying closer to home is really important for me. Prior to this role, I actually was a national technology leader for public sector for Deloitte, which covered all of our accounts in 47 states and about 200 higher ed institutions. And so what that gave me an opportunity is just to see the pace of change in terms of government, non-government, regardless of the industry. It's changing, and it's changing faster than ever before. And so it's just really cool to have these types of conversations where we can actually connect with each other and just share stories, because I feel I get a lot out of these conversations. It's almost like a support structure or network. So thanks for having me here, and thanks for being part of this panel.
Right, we're glad to have you.
So let's get started this evening with a couple of things. So what do you think will be different about technology roles 5 or 6 years from now?